Hi, welcome to Tuesday Talk. I'm having a challenging technology day, so I'm not even sure which camera I'm looking in, but I think I know. So bear with me. Um, so I'm glad you're here. Glad I'm here. It seemed like it wasn't going to happen. 3 computers later. Anyway, so what I'm going to do this evening is try something I never tried before, which is appropriate for today. And that would be trying EasyCast. So I've tried Amazing Casting Resin before, and that makes a white um, mold or a cast rather, but this makes a crystal clear one. Now, the only difference is it's not as fast as the one that I used before. Whenever we did that one, we'd pop it out of the mold in about 20 minutes. So this one's going to it'll take at least a day to mold. So you'll just have to join me back next week and see what it looks like. Before I get started with that, I'm going to update you on last week's. So that is my camera, I guess. So last week I was making office supplies from Dollar Tree items, and I did get the magazine holder or the file holder, book holder, I guess, done. Um, it's actually pretty sturdy, except it's really top heavy. You really have to have it full, or else it topples over. But so some of the other things that I did, and I think they all nicely coordinate, is did a file folder in this vintage wrapping paper, and then I also did this clipboard. So I think they look really cool together. This is Dixie Belle's Kudzu, and I just thought it was really an appropriate color to put with this wrapping paper. So I have some other ones to do, so I may try some pinks and just kind of get it to all coordinate. And I will definitely let you know what my office looks like when I get it put together. And I'm calling it a cloffice because it's about the size of a closet. Um, so stay tuned for that. I'm also doing some other exciting things at the store. I did a dressing room for brides. So I may do some art this evening and get inspired because since we have this stuff to do, and I never did it before, that won't take too long, but I have some other things. I did get some amazing casting resin out in case we decide to try some other projects. So in order to do this, I needed a something that would be good for a clear mold. Now I did order one that looks like a crystal, so I think that'd be cool. I want to simulate using crystals because I love to make little chandeliers, and that would be kind of cool. So I brought out the old Wish earring mold, so I'll try making some with that. Now the cool thing about clear, so obviously it's just going to look like a clear, lucite or something, but you can add things to it. You can put mica powder or um, colors in it. So to me, I the only thing I could think of that I would put in it would be glitter. So I have a bunch of glitter here, and it's really fine glitter, really fine. But I like this one. It looks kind of like snow. And then there's silver and gold and all kinds of glitter in here, sort of a bronzy color. So they all might be fun to do. But right now, I'm just going to go with this one, the snowflake kind of look. So here we go. So I did look at the instructions. It said if your bottles are cold to put them in hot water. So I did that, and now the water's cold. So hopefully I just brought them to room temperature here. Um, Same thing, you're just using equal parts. So I'm going to put the camera down so you can see what I'm doing here. And again, Not having a good technology day, so bear with me here. Get that water out of here. I don't want to knock anything over. Ooh, don't get dizzy, guys. All right, we'll try that. Okay, so I am putting equal parts, and I don't really. They tell you to mix it up in one cup and then transfer it to another cup. Let me try this again on this camera. It's a little better. It'll just stay. Okay, so I got some new measuring spoons recently, so I'm going to use one of the old ones. And since I don't really know what I'm doing, I'm not going to mix a whole lot. I will mix. That has a funny smell. It smells like dirt. Not a not a big chemical smell, but just kind of a smells like dirt. I forget there's something else I use that always smells like dirt. Okay, so that isn't a lot, but since it's my first time, I'm gonna try it. So it tells you that you should do this, mix it for 2 minutes, and wipe the sides down. So for 2 minutes, we can talk. So I hope you had a good day today. It's very hot here. And my day went fast, but it also was very full. So when I say my technology, I was on this webinar thing on a panel and my internet kept cutting out. So I was popping in and out for a whole hour on that thing. That was fun. You know what? Things have gone worse in the past, so I'm not going to, complain too much. Still here. It's all good. Okay, then they tell you to transfer it to another cup. I don't know that that was 2 minutes, but it seems like it's really thoroughly mixed. I don't know how much more I can mix this little amount. I probably should have mixed a little bit more, but we're going to go with it. So here's the other cup. Going to transfer it into there. There's not a lot at all. I might have to mix some more. But if we get one earring done, that'll be one accomplishment. Yeah, there's not a lot of not a lot of product in here. So if you're on, feel free to comment and tell me where you're watching from and what you're doing. Okay, set that aside. And I think I'm going to put a little bit of the product in here and then sprinkle some glitter in and then finish filling it up. Here we go. Okay, so I have a little bit in and let it get spread around a little bit. I think this will be kind of pretty. It's very iridescent. Okay, let me finish filling that up. So a lot of people make jewelry by putting in like natural elements like flower petals and things like that with this type of mold. So I hope you can see that. I can't really move it, but I think it's going to look pretty cool. So I'm just going to kind of slide it out of the way. But I'm also feeling a little adventurous and maybe make another one. I was thinking about using one of the molds, one of the big molds. The mermaid might be cool to have a clear mermaid. What the heck? Let's go for it. So I'm going to, I don't know whether I'm going to mix it up or not, but so using these red cups, these solo cups. So I read one time that the lines on here are significant and they are for mixing drinks. So if you didn't know that, I guess the first line is like a shot. So now you know. But I'm going to fill it up to that first line and I'm going to dump it in here. Like I said, I'm not sure if I'm doing anything good or not, but we'll find out. As always, I will update on my social media accounts, my Instagram, which is La Vintage Decor, and my Facebook, which is La Vintage Decor Altoona, and I'll show you what we did. Boy, I feel like I need more. It's one's clear and one's colored, so I think I need more of this one. Mad scientists, they say equal parts, but here we go. Put this back down. Okay. I'm going to put these lids on here because I also don't trust myself. What is that they say you have a low biorhythm day? I really shouldn't complain. I did some good stuff too. I had an install for a client and that went pretty well. So I'll be sharing some pictures or in a video with that pretty soon. So lots of good stuff going on. I hope things are going well with you as well. I said feel free to say hi when you're checking in. I'm just stirring and stirring and stirring. Supposed to stir for 2 minutes. I'm never good with directions. That I read them is important because I would have probably been trying to unmold that this evening, thinking it's like amazing casting resin. Okay, close enough. And I'm going to go ahead and put it in here. What do you think, guys? You think a clear mermaid with glitter, iridescent glitter, will be okay? I want to start playing around with mica powders too. I'm going to be getting a lot of different things in the new studio, so um, I just want to start playing with different stuff. All right. Yeah, so it's been in the 90s here last couple days. We haven't had rain for over a week, so it's been really hot. So unusual weather for Pennsylvania. Good year to have a pool. All right, here goes nothing. I'm going to put this in a mermaid mold and then sprinkle some glitter in it. I think I'll just kind of keep the glitter part to her tail. I don't have anything in her arms here. So I guess it's the same way as the other molds. Like you kind of have to clean it up when you unmold it. Like if you have any pieces that are, I'm gonna let that go. See if it, or whether my table's level or not. Okay. Here goes the glitter. Iridescent. It's really pretty. So I'm just going to keep it on the bottom part up there. what would be her outfit, if you will. And I think there's enough to do the other one. So it might be kind of cool because I can put the two of them together. This is an IOD mold. So now I won't be able to sleep because I'm wondering how my molds are doing. No, I don't think that'll be a problem. I'm pretty sure I'll be able to sleep. Okay, let me get some glitter in here. This glitter is gorgeous. Okay, so me and my Wish purchases, I bought a really pretty pair of earrings and they came and I have to glue them because they were broken. Okay, so I have more, so I'm gonna go ahead and put some in the earrings. I don't know whether you can see or not. I'll move this up a little and get this out of the way. So I already have this one done, and I'm gonna go ahead and fill. Again, I need to order another one of these so that I can make a pair of earrings at a time. Because in this case, I'm gonna have to wait a whole day to get the other earring. Okay, I'm probably overfilling these. It's hard to see because it's clear. And I'm definitely going to have to clean up these molds because I seem to be making a mess of things. Well, I'm going to get another color of glitter out. That's my favorite, but let's try. Oh, here's some pretty ones. Hey, this stuff's really sticky, too. This is almost like a purpley looking kind of glitter. And then there's this one, which is sort of a bronzy. And then there's regular silver. Okay. Oh boy, I am really making a mess. We'll see how this goes. This is actually kind of purple. I'm just using it in all of them because the other one wasn't open. Except for that one, which I have the iridescent. So, I won't, obviously, I'm not going to stay live for a day. So, we're going to move on to some other things. So, it's a good thing I have this paper towel here. It's wet paper towel. Because that stuff's really sticky. So, Clearcast is made by Caston Craft. So, I will give you my review as soon as we get some things hardened and able to unmold. Okay, so I'm gonna get these out of the way. I also got this little alphabet mold. If I had my other stuff here, I would go ahead and make some little letters. So I think they'd be kind of cute with jewelry. Ooh. Oh, I still have some in here. All right, guess what? We're going to make some clear letters. We'll put glitter in them and see what happens because this is all experimental this evening. This even has numbers in it. So we're just going to do the whole alphabet. This just may be a hot mess. I have no idea. Yeah, I'm really making a mess, guys. And it is a little stinky. Whoopsie. Okay. You're gonna start watching just to see what kind of calamities that I have. I think I'm gonna let the rest of it sit, and I'm gonna let the cup be the mold. That might be the coolest thing yet. I don't know. Okay, now I have a mess, but that's okay. All right. Um. So next thing, I'm going to show you an image on my phone. So I was telling you that I'm doing a little bridal changing room. So it needs some art. So I have some leftover wood here. Let me put the camera back up. There we are. I have some leftover wood, and let's just get creative and see what we can do here live. But I did this image. I mean, I found it on my phone. I just Googled like bridal images, and I thought, well, this is pretty cool for a changing room. But then my idea was to like embellish the dress part of it with molds. So I don't have my other stuff here. I can't the amazing. I have too many things in my head. The modeling material. Don't have it with me. That would be what I would choose first and foremost. But since I don't, I do have amazing casting resin here and plenty of cups. So let me get started by just painting that piece of wood. The room is kind of done in like blue, a very pale blue, and grays and like metallic colors. So it's very soft and kind of subtle. So let me see what I have here paint color wise. Um, I'm terribly disorganized this evening, and I'm actually working on doing two different cameras for you, so that might be something cool in the future. But I figured tonight I had enough going on. I also picked up these letter stencils, so just FYI. Um, so I'm looking for a nice background color. Drop cloth. How about that? That's very bridal-y. Okay, it's just kind of like a white, but it's a if you picture a drop cloth, that's what it's like. We find a brush here. Guys, let me grab a brush real quick. I have stuff all over this table. Be right back. Oh, you stayed with me. I appreciate that. I wish I had somewhere to put all my mermaids and jewelry. And like right now, it's like I don't have high hopes for that, but I'm real anxious to see tomorrow what happens when I unmold it. So we shall find out. So I'm going to try to pick the better side of this piece of wood. It has a big knot in it, so there is no good side. Wipe it off a little bit. Okay. And I'm just going to start painting. And I'm just going to try to freehand that image that's on my phone on here. I also did not bring my heat gun home, so we'll have to wait a minute for it to dry. So what I can do while we're waiting for it to dry is to pick out some molds that I can embellish the dress with. So that covers that knot up real nicely. I'll put this down here. I'm really not doing well today with technology. This is actually my husband's computer. Very sweet of him to let me use it. My mouse wasn't working on my computer. So usually when I paint with a board, I'll paint like the sides of it, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. I can always come back in and do that. Okay. And I'm not worried about it being really perfect or anything because um, we're going to put molds on it and draw on it and everything else. So we just have a base there. Okay. So next I'm going to pick some molds and get them ready for the dress. So I don't know if you're picturing what I'm picturing yet, but I'm thinking, ooh, wings would be pretty. That'd be really pretty to do a skirt with wings. And these are nice and big. That might be really nice. Okay, that's where I'm going to start. And I'm going to get the amazing casting resin out. This is something I'm a little more familiar with. But you know what? It's always good to try something new. Oh, and that's like stuck. Yeah, that one's easy. So it isn't just technology today, I guess. It's everything. The world's against me today. There we go. Okay, so these are pretty big molds. So I'm going to do the same thing I did and kind of fill it up to that line. Actually, if I finish the container out, there's just a little bit left. Um, that might make sense because they should be equal anyway. So we will just do that. Oh boy, why do I feel like there's more of this? There shouldn't be. Boy, I can't tell how much is in here. Because I only use it in equal parts, so I'm guessing we'll find out, won't we? What fun is doing this stuff if you can't mess up, right? Okay. It feels warm right away, so that tells me something's happening. Stir this stuff up. I just have stuff everywhere tonight. This is really warm in the cup. So usually with this stuff, this is amazing casting resin, and it'll make a white mold. Um, Boy, I don't know. I've been reading stories with this clear stuff about people that like almost set things on fire because the molds were so thick. But I don't know whether making a too much, if there's was too much of the one part, makes it really hot because this is hotter than it's ever been. So, um, again, we'll find out. But it is really warm, so I don't know whether I have found that this stuff will set up really fast when it's warmer out. Okay, so I have two wings. Let's see what else we can do. I want something pretty. Oh, look how fast. Did you see how fast that turned white? That was incredible. Wow. I hope it does feel warm. Okay. Just stay with me, folks. Call 911 if I. It hardened in the cup. I can't even pour it. I'm afraid of this. I feel like I should throw it outside. It's really hot. I am going to do that. Sorry, guys. I'll be back. Okay, that was really weird. So it just seemed like there was a lot of extra. Um, wow, that is really hot. Seemed like there was just extra material there. Um, but I kept pouring, and now we know you definitely have to have equal parts. So I just took the cup outside and threw it. There was a little bunny rabbit in the yard. Dog next door is barking. So, um, yeah, you never know what you're going to get, right? So I'm assuming that this is going to set up really fast. I mean, it looks like it's already molded, but I'm gonna let it sit a few minutes. Wow. Bill Nye the Science Guy here. All right, now I'm going to use some caviar and a fine brush to kind of sketch that design on my canvas. Not my canvas, but my board. So put that up a minute. Clear some way here. Crazy night. I'm just trying to make some room so that I can lay this board down for when I start painting. I should have probably just said, we're not having live tonight, but I didn't want to do that. I wanted to do my live. I love doing my lives. Okay, the board's not quite dry yet, so let me look at that image again on the phone. Okay, I'll show you that again. So I'm going to try to freehand this. So let me get the caviar color. Everything's somewhere else tonight. That's okay. You guys are hanging there with me, and I appreciate it. So I'm opening a great big 32-ounce jar of paint. But I think I'll probably be painting a dresser or something with this here real soon. I can't believe that stuff just set up in the cup like that. That was crazy. But yeah, I've been reading all these horror stories this week. Now they were using the clear stuff, but that's just made me nervous. So obviously, that's why I ran outside. So how's your day going? Are you having a good day? Let me know in the comments. Okay, so let me look at this image again. I'm going to prop it up here and I'll just put this down. And I'm going to be drawing kind of sideways, but I'm going to get a very little bit of paint on here. And I'm just going to kind of proportion. So the top will be here, the bottom will be here, and her waist comes down to about a third. And this is about the center. So I'll just do this for her waist. Now this paint isn't quite dry, as I mentioned. So I'm just going to come down here. I'll work on the bottom first. And I'm just trying to imitate the picture that I have on my phone. It's a little screenshot. I used to not want to draw freehand very much, but lately I've just been kind of enjoying doing it. So I'm just kind of copying the images that are on the picture on my phone, although I'm going to be covering them up with the molds. And again, not all my ideas work out like they are in my mind. So we'll see how it works out. Okay, this may actually get another layer to it, but I'm going to work on her bodice a little bit. Okay. Start up here with the neck. It's kind of like a dress form. And I can have some fun with that and make some pearls for it. I found just okay, really it just kind of comes straight down to the waist then. Glad it's like a sleeveless dress, so I don't have to worry about sleeves or any of those details. So it just kind of comes across here. A little kind of arrow detail. And just going to kind of fill this in. So, because I didn't bring modeling material home and because I screwed up the rest of the casting resin, our molding fun is pretty much over with tonight. So, what do we think about the proportion? I'll put this camera up. So, I have about this much left on the bottom and about that much left on or at the top until this paint isn't dry. I think we're good. I don't know that I would want to make it any longer. So I might just fool around with the brush in here a little bit. Not whether that was a good thing or not, but just kind of making it look like the dress is a little bit longer. Okay, so that's our basic image. And now I'm going to set this aside a little bit and check on those molds and see how they did. And if you were that lid, this is the way my day has been going. Everything, I take a lid off and I can't find it. You ever have days like that? All right. So, well, it's coming out of the mold. And I can't believe how hot it still is. I mean, it's still warm, but it's a good mold. And when they're warm, you can kind of bend them a little bit. And we have no need to bend them, but um, nice, good mold. There's a couple little pieces around the edge that you can clean up. Sometimes I can just pick it off like that. So that looks pretty nice. And with these wings, if you forget a little, not forget, but if you just miss a little piece to fill in, I think the more imperfect they are, the prettier they are. So you can see here, there's just this extra little piece that's just kind of a little flap, just material that came outside of the mold. And again, I can just peel that off. Okay, so let's look here. Paint's still a little bit wet, but I'm just trying to think of where. You can't see that very well. Because this is kind of, I'd rather you do something shorter up here. And there are like feather molds that would be pretty too to do that. I had been thinking about roses too. Like I thought the roses would be pretty down at the bottom. So maybe, but I also thought this round shape would be kind of cool, like at her hip. So I could start there. I wish this was a little more dry, but we're going to go with it. I paint all over everything else. Might as well get it all over me too. I kind of like that. I can work with that. So that's a good place to start. And then when we get some of the other molds, then we'll carry on with the design. And I think that I want to put a little necklace around her neck and might end up putting some metallics in it. There's a lot of possibilities. I just love sometimes when I just have a basic idea and then I just start going with it. But even if you left I don't know if you can see that. Let me actually glue it on because I really like that. I think it's a good start. And which glue am I using? Yeah, E6000. Might as well make it good and stinky up in here. All chemicals and stuff. All right. I have some paint on the back of it, but I'll go ahead and put the camera down. Down. Okay. So E6000 is like a clear gel type glue, and it's really got a long lasting hold. It takes a while to dry too, so um, I love this. I love these feathers. This is just the right proportion for the size of the her waist on here. So one of these days, all this stuff is going to go back to my studio and out of my dining room, and I'll just bring home what I'm going to work on. It'll be crazy. I don't know what it'll be like. It'd be cool to have this stuff in the store. Although I haven't missed it, I'm always busy painting furniture at the store. But we're gonna be doing some classes upstairs that are like jewelry making. I'm thinking about doing some um, soldering, although I don't know whether it's wise to give people wine when they're soldering. Okay. Just like everything else I've done today, got a huge mess to clean up. Another exciting day coming up tomorrow. I'll tell you more about that later. I can't really tell you about that now. But I'm kind of excited. All right. My hands are so sticky. That's not just paint. Got the original stuff, got the glue now, got it all going on. All right. So, what do you think? I think I'm going to get stuff all over the camera. Okay, so see how her skirt is being formed with the angel wings for starters. That's a good place to start. So I think that's it for this evening because we have to wait for um, Clearcast to set up tomorrow. So I'll definitely be catching up with you on social media as soon as it's done because I'll be super excited to show it off. And then next week, I'll be showing you that. Saturday is step by step, and it is part two of a two-piece dresser set. We're doing the same thing. We're kind of marrying two different styles, but more importantly, we're talking about bleed through and how to deal with that when you're painting vintage furniture with white. So that's on step by step this Saturday. And I might have a couple other videos to pop in there for you throughout the week. So this is definitely going in. I want to finish this soon because I might take this to work with me tomorrow and work on it. Um, and this is going in the little bridal dressing room. So I'll be excited to show that piece off. So and hang it as some art. So I appreciate you visiting me tonight and hanging out with me and really watching me make a mess and be a mess. So come back and see me again next Tuesday night for Tuesday Talk, and see you throughout the week on social media, and see you on Saturday for Step by Step. You have a good night. Bye.